In this segment, we will introduce you to a man who has done it all. Naval officer, meteorologist, marketing guru, car salesman, and there's a lot more to that. He tells his inspirational story in a new book called The Harlem Line, Lessons Learned Along the Way. Dominic, he sat down with the book's author, Wayne Sobers.
You have lived a remarkable life, doing so many things. At one point, you owned a car dealership, a Chevrolet dealership down in North Carolina. You've served our country in the military. You went to college. You've been a pioneer in many respects. But let me begin this way. In reading over the book, you dedicated to your grandkids. Why?
3 granddaughters, and the basic purpose was to provide them with lessons and an enduring guideline that would help them enhance their life, and at the same time instill in them an attitude of don't quit.
You attended City College
Yes.
in Harlem, 1959.
I graduated in 1959. I started in 1954.
1959, started in 54.
Yes.
You went to the military,
Yes.
became an officer.
Yes. I went to OCS. When I graduated, I had applied while I was in my senior year after an Air Force and a naval officer came, and they were pitching us in terms of, especially because we were meteorologists, and pushing us to join one of their services. And our instructors, they were military officers and former meteorologists. And I decided to go to the Navy. I applied, and after working with the Weather Bureau, at the end of the first 3 weeks, I got notified that I was selected for OCS. And
Officer Training School.
Officer Candidate School is OCS.
And now I just have to ask this because I'm curious. You did all these things as an African American. How did you break through the barriers?
Well, it was tough. In my OCS class, we had 1,050 candidates, and it was 2 African Americans. We ended up having to be in the same company, but that's what it was. My thing was that I had parents that never told me I couldn't do anything. I had parents that, I talk about one of the items in the book, when I came home and I had a particular test, I got a grade that wasn't great, and I said to my father, he said, "That grade?" He said, "That's not good." I said, "Well, it was the second highest in the class." He says, "I don't care about the class, I care about you."
I want to go over some of the bullet points in reading the book in terms of that you make for advice for others. One of them says, your ego can destroy you. Keep it in check. Definition.
Basically, you need to perform based upon your capabilities and your own self-confidence. When you have success, remember how you got that success. If you go ego tripping, as we frequently refer to it, you're going to destroy yourself because you're not going to necessarily do the right thing. You're not going to create the right atmosphere. You certainly aren't going to lead.
Let's go to the next one. Don't be a smart. Be receptive to advice from those who know.
Yes. This one's a little funny. A month and 2 days after I got to Naples, I became the staff meteorologist for the Command of Fleet Air Mediterranean. I was playing with my organization's team, baseball, softball, and it was a month and 5 days. I was coming around third, slid in the home plate, spikes caught, fractured and dislocated my ankle in 2 places, and I had to go through, all I was there. Fortunately, the top orthopedic surgeon was on duty, but he couldn't deal with me because he had 3 mothers in labor. So they wrapped my leg in a pillar splint, And after the operation and all those things were done, he warned me, he says, because I had a long leg cast up to the groin, and he said, now it's going about 3-4 weeks, he says, it's going to start itching. He says, I'm telling you, don't scratch it because you're going to make it worse, So I'm at my home where I lived in my apartment in Naples, and it started itching me. It was about the 5th week. And I said, oh, I guess I could scratch it a little bit. And I used the hanger down the side of the cast, it drove me so crazy, I almost wanted to jump off my balcony.
So the doctor was right.
Doctor was right, and he knew, and he told me, and I didn't listen. Okay, so when somebody knows something, they tell you, and you know they know, listen.
To folks watching us, what's the one point you want them to take away from your book?
Well, I would want young people especially, not just young people, but young people especially, to realize that you don't know what your life holds for you, but you can become the cause of your life by doing the things that you want to do, and you probably have the talent to do it. As I mentioned in my book, I've been a businessman for a lot of my life. 90 to 95% of all businesses are the same. It's the 5 to 10% that you need to really understand and know well to make that business a success. The 5 or 10% that's unique to that business. And it's the same way in life in terms of the things you do.
It's an honor to interview you. Thank you, and thank you for the book.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be right back to wrap things up.